This is not the video I thought I was going to record today, but I think it's the one we all need to see. What's up, guys? MtgJedi here. How you doing today? I was trying to put on the little thing saying I'm on the test server here, but I don't know what I did with it. But hey, I'm on the test server here, and I am going to be showing you all of the dogs on the team, okay? But here's the thing. Polarium rebooted the test server and deleted all of the stuff that I was working on. So we're going to have to do this in a little bit different kind of a way. Also, there are things that I can't show you on the test server right now that I will be able to show you later on stream, so make sure you come out to the live stream so that we can test some stuff out. I'm pretty excited about that. All right, now, as for today, what we want to do is we want to show multiple dogs in the same team and see how that goes. I have tested a lot with the new Fusion, and I know a lot about him. So before we jump into anything about the dogs, let me share what I've learned about the Fusion so that you can have that information too. Alright, so what have I learned about the Fusion that I can share with you? Okay, so number one, I think that the accuracy on him is really good. The decreased defense on him has seemed actually really useful, and the teaming up with all of the random beasts I think seems useful. And I think as time progresses, we're going to find more and more uses for some of these rares, actually, than what we thought we were going to. Okay, so there's that. It has seemed a lot better than what I originally thought. Okay, this ability here, you have to make him do it. You have to really make him do his abilities when you want him to do them, because he doesn't always like to do his abilities. So creating teams with the AI is really important for him. I love this ability. It turns him into the mischief tank, so you can build him with accuracy and with resistance, and that has seemed very good. This ability is very sneakily good, okay? First of all, you don't need a champion like Ugo on your team because he does the block buffs. So that allows you to do a lot of other things with the team, okay? And that's really, really strong. Like, the combination of abilities here is good. So if you're doing the Fusion, when you're going to go build your teams, I'm still, at this time, I'm going to recommend you use him on hard and normal, and then that will unlock your other champions for brutal and nightmare if you're there. But even if you're not being like, you know, if you're not putting up huge numbers in normal or hard, this is a guy that can do that for you, okay? Millions of damage, okay? And the turn meter fill is super, super great as well. On the passive, I think that we should be putting somebody else in the team with Hex, but if not, then, you know, you're going to get some damage out of him with just the Hex. For today's video, I want to show you some things with Hellfang, Fellhound, and Houndspawn, like those three rares. I think the most obvious team is the Packmaster plus Fellhound. At the end of the video, or the second half of the video, you're going to see a bunch of different teams with that. We talked about him on stream the other day, and we did a bunch of stuff on the test server. We're going to do that again this morning, which I'm super pumped about. I'm going to share a bunch of stuff with you on the test server this morning, later on stream. However, before we get into that, I want to talk about this Houndspawn Hellfang team with Fellhound with Packmaster. So let me go do my best to set that up for you, and then we'll get to the next part, and don't worry, I'll explain all the things. Okay, so here's what apparently happened. We got a new test server which replaced the old test server. So, unfortunately, I can't show you footage of this team, nor do I have the Packmaster on this account. So, Gallic is going to represent the Packmaster in this team. And I think, actually, if we put the Packmaster, I think he was in the second spot. That's going to be for the best. But I'm not sure that the order actually matters. So, I ran this team when I had access to it, and I thought that it was not going to be good enough to make a video about. And then I kept seeing like 300k hits from the dogs. And I was like, okay, well, maybe this team is definitely worth exploring. So I got to this version where we had Ancora in there as our reviver because she also provides that cleanse. She is a single target reviver, so basically any reviver will work in this spot, whoever you want to use. Arbiter could be good as well, but I didn't have time to test anyone else other than Ancora once I got to this version of the team. And then I put Lydia in here, but this could be any decreased defense champion. I liked Lydia because she brought the increased speed to the team, and then Fellhound does the decreased speed. And then basically we have 2 DPS spots that are just additional. Like I have 2 additional DPS spots because of the combination of abilities here. If you don't have Lydia, that could be Herndig, that could be Michinaki, it could be Tyrell, you know, it could be Deacon Armstrong actually would probably be pretty good in here for the turn meter boost. So that could be sweet. But yeah, whatever decreased defense champion that you had, this would be the spot for it. I just liked Lydia, so if you have Lydia and you want to push damage on your normal Hydra team, this is for you. So put in the comments below how much damage you think this is going to do on normal. I was shocked. Okay, I'll give you like one more second. You can pause the video, go put it in the comments, and then here's the picture. 209 million on normal, and we almost reached the turn limit. We didn't quite reach the turn limit. Packmaster did 13 million, Ancora did 7. Her buff, her what is it called? Her awakening is sheep, so that's not important. Actually, is that even good on her? I probably need to change that. Hound Spawn did 55 million. And Hellfang did 35 million. Keep in mind that their like combo ability thing with like ignoring defense, it doesn't work on Hydra because we can't freeze Hydra. And then Fellhound did 60 million. And then Lydia did 33. So I think that this was a really great result, but this is not all the information I have for you today. So, Hound Spawn, Hellfang, Fellhound. Are you going to want to do this? That's totally up to you, you know, and maybe you want to just wait until the other one comes out and then replace one of those 2 rares with the new one, which we don't know what it is yet, and then put another DPS in there or another support in there so you can do a higher difficulty. Like this team, it's actually really good, and there are a lot of options with it. Speaking of a lot of options, most of the testing I did was with Packmaster plus Fellhound in a bunch of different teams. So the second half of the video here, I'm going to edit the footage from the live stream from the other day, and I'm going to put that in here so you can see all of the different teams. I'll try to cut it down so that the video is not super long, but the second part of this video is going to be from the live stream. So let's hop over to that and see what he can do with just Fellhound and Packmaster, and then accommodating the rest of the team. Okay, so Packmaster, right? Packmaster, I have him in Reflex, and then just a broken set. I have him at 269 with resistance and accuracy, HP, speed, that kind of stuff. Here's the masteries I have. I did book him on the test server. And then, I don't know whether this is like the best use case for him. But this is the team. Oh, it's right there. Yeah, this is the team that I was looking at using him on. Alright, so what does this team do? This team boosts him so that he can cycle through his ability. A Fellhound in like a damage provoke with some like attack and defense. Like, that's actually a lot. Like, the attack and defense are really low. 4-piece Slayer, 4-piece Provoke. Now, the Razzlevarg spot, I feel like it can be anybody. But Razzlevarg's good. And I wanted some other healing and stuff in the team too, so that's Leech. But I don't think that this type of team can do Nightmare. It was not good damage. So I'm going to drop down to Hard. Maybe it can do Brutal. And maybe I should just have Razzlevarg in the lead instead of Packmaster. And then we're going to make sure that the Fellhound gets the Provoke. Now, one of the things I noticed about testing this fusion is that he does not like to do his A2 on auto. So I had to specifically program that in for him. Also, only his A1 is an attack. His A3 places, and his A2 is buffs. The Hydra heads do not want to target him, even though he has the most buffs. There we go. I mean, that was good there. So this was like 15 minutes into the run. Boss turn count 64. We're getting a lot more turns than the boss, so it would be over sooner rather than later. but still. So Fellhound did 25 million. Razzlevarg doing most of the damage there. Shamail is built pretty well too. Okay, so let's take Mikage out. Let's put Mithrala in. And then maybe we can put like Stagnite in. Archmage Helmet. I mean, he's got crap gear on too. I mean, I guess we can. Let's see what happens. I think we need a damage dealer there though. Yeah, but like, we don't need increased crit rate or increased crit damage. Okay, you want me to build Helmet for damage? Sure. Alright, whose gear do we want to put on here? Want to put on this? 300 crit damage on Archmage Helmet? For the record, that was Siegfried's gear. The rival clan. This is on the test server, Matt. So, I mean, I do way more damage than this for my teams. Okay, so that's the helmet version. Do you think that's a reasonably free-to-play friendly team? That's awesome. So now, what you could also do, if you put Molly or someone like that in here, then you could put, you know, a cursed set on Fellhound instead of Provoke. And then you could put somebody else in place of Mithrala here. You know, like, there's a lot of changes that you could make that it would go well. Because, like, I think a lot of people, they just don't put a Reviver in the team, and that's why, that's one of the biggest reasons why they don't have more damage than they could. So if we take Shamail out, then I would probably want a second cleanser. So somebody like White Queen, maybe? And then what? Artak? Rathalos, maybe? But my Rathalos build is pretty nice. Let's try this. Said 2 cleansers. I know, but I couldn't find one that I thought people would have. Okay, so that'll do it for me here on this one. I'm still running this epic spider tournament thing while I'm editing this video, and that's going pretty well. I didn't really have a good damage screen of that team, but it was doing about 1 million per turn, which is always a good spot to be at. So as long as we were survivable enough, I think that we would have millions of damage on that team. But, you know, not all of the stream footage is good footage for YouTube because we're talking about all different kinds of fun stuff and not necessarily focusing specifically on that team. But yeah, if you have more questions about it, please let me know. And what team are you excited to build with the Packmaster? I think that there's so many great options. So that'll do it for me here today. Come on out to the live stream later. We're going to be testing other stuff on the test server. I'm excited to share that with you as soon as the embargo's up, and I'll see you then.